Hello, my dear students. Myself, Teacher Parul, welcomes you all to the next academic year. This year, I will be teaching you all one main subject, that is science. So, we will begin with our science syllabus. Firstly, we'll start with our first chapter, that is crop production and management. The name itself indicates that in this lesson you're going to deal with crops, various types of crop productions, how this crop production is carried out. Once the crops are cultivated, then harvested, then how the product is managed. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to learn about the crop production, how it is produced, and at the end how it is managed. So let us begin. Firstly, with the question, what is crop? So, when plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. But on large scale at one place, why do we need to cultivate this much amount of the crop? As you all know that our country has a large population and we need large amount of crops to be distributed to the various parts of our country so that all the people are able to get that crops. So it is needed to cultivate large amount of crops at one place. So when this type of condition arises, that is known as crop, or you can tell crop production. Like for example, crop of wheat. Okay, crop of wheat is cultivated. So crop of wheat means all the plants grown in a field are that of wheat. So all the plants will be of what? Wheat. This was the definition, or you can tell it was about the crop. Now crops are of different types. Okay, so we will go through the different types of the crops and the cropping patterns. So crops are of different types like cereals, vegetables and fruits. Cereals like wheat, rice, different type of vegetables, different types of fruits which you are used to eat. Okay, this can be classified on the basis of the season in which they grow. So we will see that in which season which type of the crops are grown, which type of the fruits or vegetables are grown. So for that, two cropping patterns are there. So we will see what are these two cropping patterns. Two broad cropping patterns are there in your science textbook. My dear students, please open your science textbook, page number 2. So, two broad cropping patterns are given. The first one is Kharif crops and the second one is Rabi crops. So, we'll see what is this Kharif crops and what is this Rabi crops. So, firstly, the Kharif crops. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops. Okay, so the Kharif crops, they are sown. The seeds are sown in the rainy season. Okay, sowing means no, बीज को ज़मीन के अंदर डालते हैं वो वाला process. Understood? So the crops which are sown in the rainy season are known as Kharif crops. So we will see which are these crops. So the rainy season, we will see which months is this rainy season. Okay, so the rainy season in India is generally from June to September. Usually it may differ here and there. Usually in 1 or 2 months it might be 15 to 20 days. Okay, so the rainy season is generally from June to September and the crops grown are paddy, maize, soya bean, groundnut and cotton, and they are also known as Kharif crops. Okay, so which are Kharif crops? Paddy, maize, soya bean, groundnut and cotton are the Kharif crops. Now we'll see the next pattern of cropping, that is Rabi crops. So we'll see what is this Rabi crops. So the crops grown in the winter season are called Rabi crops. Okay, the crops which are grown in the winter season. Winter season in India is generally from the month of October to the month of March. It may vary. Okay, so the crops grown in the winter season, they are known as rabi crops. Now, for examples of rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseeds. Okay, other names you are very used to, but linseed, that is the flax seeds. Okay, so these are the examples of the rabi crops. I hope you have understood the two broad cropping patterns. Now we will begin with the next topic. So our next topic is basic practices of crop production. So my dear students, please open your textbook page number 2, chapter 1. Okay, so basic practices of crop production. So in this we will see the various steps that how the crop is sown, how it is cultivated, and how it is harvested, and after that how it is stored, how it is managed. This much amount of vast amount of crops, how it is managed. Okay, so we will see all these things in details, one by one, step by step. Okay, in the topic agricultural practices of crop production. Okay, so the first is preparation of the soil. Okay, we will see all these things in details one by one, but first we will see the steps. So the first step is preparation of the soil. Just after that, sowing of the seed. Sowing of the seed means the seeds are sown inside the field, inside the soil. Okay, just after that, adding manure and fertilizers means manures and fertilizers are added for the better yield of the crops. Then comes the irrigation process, means watering the fields. Then protecting from the weeds. Protecting from the weeds means the unwanted plants are removed or few weedicides are added. That also we will see in detail one by one all the steps. Soon after that comes the harvesting time. The harvesting process means the crops are now harvested, cutted. Then after that also we will see in detail. Then the last step is the storage. How this vast amount of crops are stored. Okay, so one by one we will see all these agricultural practices in details. So we will begin with the first one, that is preparation of the soil. How the soil is prepared. After that, how the sowing of the seed is done. So all these topics we are going to see one by one in details. Okay, so we will begin with the first one, that is preparation of the soil. So the first agricultural practice for crop production is the preparation of the soil. As you all know, we are going to see sow the seeds in the soil. So the first step where we are sowing the seed, that soil, how it should be. Okay, so for that the first main important process is the preparation of the soil. We should know we should be prepared how the soil should be before sowing the seed. Okay, so in this process we are going to see. So the preparation of soil is the first step before growing a crop, as you all know. Okay, so one of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. Okay, loosen it. This allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. Okay, so the first important task is to loosen this soil. Okay, now the soil will be hard, so they are going first, the farmers, what they do, they loosen the soil. Why they loosen the soil? This allows the roots to penetrate means they can easily go inside, deep inside the soil. So now once the soil is loosened, okay, then now the loosened soil helps in the growth. Okay, that loosened soil, it will help in the growth. Whose growth? Microbes and earthworms which are already present inside the soil. Okay, you know microbes, many microorganisms, many earthworms and many insects will be present inside the soil. Okay, that also helps. This organism, they also helps the cultivation of the crops, right? And they are also known as friend to the farmers, since they are further, what they do, why they are known as friends to the farmers, because they further loosen the soil. Okay, as they will do their movement and all, so they will loosen the soil and add humus to it. Okay, now they are adding humus to it. So what is this term humus? Humus means it is a material which is formed inside the soil when plants and animals decay. Okay, once, now see, as you all know, trees shed their leaves. Where they will fall in the soil only, right? But where they go, they decompose inside the soil. Okay, they are buried inside the soil, they decompose inside the soil. Same way, now this many insects are there inside the soil. They don't die, they don't die, that is not necessary. After few ages of life they also die. So what happens to their dead body? Someone is there to bury them, burn them? No, nothing like that. They decompose there inside the soil only, and they form humus, which is good for the crops. Okay, so now what happens? Now soil contains, now as you all know that in soil many minerals are there, water is there, water is given to the soil, air is there, and some living organisms are also there, which we have already discussed. Okay, so soil contains minerals. In minerals they contain potassium, calcium, but that doesn't mean that potassium and calcium human beings can use. No, that is used by the plants. Okay, so water is there, water is already farmer watered it, but since water moisture will be there only in soil. Okay, then air is there, and some living organisms also, which we have already discussed. In addition, dead plants and animals get decomposed by soil organisms. Okay, and even the dead plants, I have already told you that trees shed their leaves. Where they will fall in the soil only, so that is already there only. Okay, now various nutrients in the dead organisms are released back into the soil. This are again absorbed by the plants. Now various living organisms are there only in that soil. Now when they'll die, they'll decompose, and that all things are utilized by the plants. Okay, it is already there in the soil, but that is utilized by the plants. Since only few centimeter of the top layer of the soil supports the growth. Okay, so now only top layer will be supported in the soil. So we should loosen the soil deeply so that roots will penetrate deeply. Yes, so this all things come in preparation of the soil. So now we will talk about the top layer. Okay, since only few centimeters of the top layer of the soil supports plant growth. Okay, so what will happen to the deep layers? So turning and loosening, what will happen? So turning and loosening, we are going to turn and loosen the soil, right? So turning and loosening of the soil brings the nutrient rich. Now whatever nutrients will be there, whatever dead and decay of the plants will be there, that will be there deep inside the soil. So when we are loosening the soil, we are turning the soil, what will happen? The nutrient rich soil will come on the top, so that the plants can utilize that nutrients. Okay, so the seeds which we are going to sow, they can utilize that nutrients which are there inside the soil. Okay, so turning and loosening of the soil brings the nutrient rich soil to the top, so that plants can use these nutrients. Soon after that, the next point is turning and loosening of the soil is very important, because is very important for what? For the cultivation of the crop. Okay, if we will not loosen the soil, then the soil will be little bit hard, so that the seed which we are going to sow, the roots can't penetrate inside, they can't take the nutrients and all. So loosening, turning and loosening of the soil is very important. Now the next point, the process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or ploughing. Okay, it is known as what? Tilling or ploughing. Okay, you can see the third point. So the process of loosening and turning of the soil, it is known as, that process is known as what? Tilling, or it is known as ploughing. The next point, if the soil is very dry, it may need watering before ploughing. Okay, now as usual, you know, the soil, if it will be dry, we know we need to water it. Okay, then only the farmer can see they can sow the seed nicely. Okay, so now the next point, the plowed field. Now the plowing is done, tilling is done. Okay, so the plowed field may have, now sometimes it may have big clumps of soil. Okay, you have also seen like big clumps of the soil will be there. When we will throw that, it will be broken. Okay, so sometimes that will be also there in the soil, right? So what the farmers do, okay, so what they do, the plowed field may have big clumps of soil called crumbs, that are known as what? Crumbs. It is necessary to break these crumbs. Okay, it is necessary to break this crumb, because if they will not break the crumb, as usual the roots will not penetrate, roots अंदर तक जा नहीं सकते. Okay, so they have to break that crumbs. Now the breaking of the crumbs, now the tilling process, all is done in preparation of the soil. Now the important part is leveling. Okay, now it should be in a same pattern, similar pattern, in one line. It should be leveled, right? So what the next point tells us, okay, it is circled. See my dear students, it is circled with the orange color. So leveling the field. Okay, leveling the field is beneficial for sowing as well as for irrigation. So if the land, if the field will be in one level, it should not be one on the top and another little bit down. No, not like that, not like the staircase. It should not be like that. If it is like that, then they will have problem in sowing also. Whenever the crops are cultivated, means when the plant comes out from the seeds, at that time also it will be they will have problem. Even in the irrigation process, when the farmer is watering the field, at that time also they will have problems. So leveling the field is very important, and it is very beneficial at the time of sowing of the seed and at the time of watering the plants. Okay, now sometimes what the farmers do when they sow the seed, when they are preparing the soil, the preparation of the soil is that at that time only they add manure. So the next point, so sometimes manure is added to the soil before tilling. It helps in proper mixing of the manure. Okay, now when usually what is done when the crops are cultivated, at that times manure is added. Okay, you know what is manure? Manure is prepared in the fields from the waste. It might be the cow dung, or it might be the plant waste, food waste. Okay, that is decomposed inside the soil. उनको सड़ाते हैं, खाद बनाते हैं. खाद, in Hindi it is known as खाद. That is the manure. Okay, so what they are doing, what the farmers they do, so what they do is when they are preparing this soil, at that time only they add this manure, so that manure is properly mixed. Okay, mixed with the soil. So when they sow the seed, at that time only it will be helpful to the seeds only. Okay, so after that what they do, now sometimes only they add manure if the soil is less fertile, only that time, or else they will add manure when the plants is being plant will come out from the seed, usually that time only. Okay, but if the soil is less fertile, then they are adding manure before and only. We'll learn detail about this manure and fertilizers in the next topic. Okay, so now in the preparation of the soil, manure is also added. Now the soil is moistened before the sowing. Now sometimes now this all leveling and all is done, so what they will do, they will add little bit of the water, not much water. They'll just moisten the soil, little bit of the water is also added. Okay, now agricultural implements means the tools which are used for the breaking of the soil and all. Okay, now we are going to see the tilling process. Okay, the different types of the process you have seen in this preparation of this soil. So now for breaking all that soil clumps, tilling and all, we need different types of the tools. Okay, so the first point, as you can see, it is displayed in your screen, that is, before sowing the seeds, it is necessary to break soil clumps for the better yield. Okay, soil clumps we need to break, right? It is done with the help of the various tools. How it is done, how the farmers are doing that, they are using various tools, they are using different types of the tools. Okay, so it is done with the help of the tools, which is there in your next point. Okay, now the last point which is displayed, that is the main tools for this purpose. Okay, for the tools which we are going to which the farmers are using for the breaking the soil clumps, tilling process and all. So that is, the first one is plow, hoe and the cultivator. So the main tools for this purpose are the plow, the hoe and the cultivator. One by one we are going to see in detail all these three things. Okay? And I hope your textbooks are open. Yes, so keep your textbook open, this chapter number 1. So we'll see all these three things, the plow, the hoe and the cultivator, in detail one by one. So the first one is the plow. My dear students, please pay attention and look in this picture, because with this picture I am going to explain how this plow is used. Okay, so plow. This plow, firstly, it has been used in ancient time for tilling, as you know, the tilling and plowing process. Okay, even this plow is used in adding fertilizers to the crop. Even this is used in removing weeds. Okay, and also in the process of turning the soil. Okay, so this is made up of wood. Okay, and it is drawn by a pair of bulls. Okay, you can see the two bulls. Okay, so a pair of bull means two bulls will be there, or even in ancient time they were using other animals also. That depends upon the farmer and the availability of the animals, but usually they use what? Bulls. Okay, so what it contains? It contains a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. You can see plowshare, it is labeled there, plowshare. Okay, so it contains a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. The main part of the plow is a long log of wood which is called plow shaft. Just above that is the wooden part, that is the plow shaft. You can see it is labeled very nicely. Okay, these are the handle at one end of the shaft. Okay, their handles will be also there. Then on the other end is attached to a beam which is placed on the bull's neck. Okay, you can see which is attached in the bull's neck. Okay, now to operate this, one pair of bulls or any other pair of the animals, like it may be horses or okay, so one pair of bull and a man can easily operate this plow. Now this wooden plow, it has been replaced by the iron plows nowadays. Okay, so as you know, wooden plows, it may be broken easily, like after some time, so they're replacing it by the iron plows nowadays. Okay, so we will go with the, I hope you have understood this, the plow. Now we will go with the next topic, the hoe. The next agricultural implement for the preparation of the soil is the hoe. Please pay attention, be attentive, my dear students. Okay, so hoe, it is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for the loosening of the soil. So this hoe, it is also helping in removing of the weeds and also in the loosening process of the soil when the preparation of the soil is done. Okay, so how it looks? It has a long rod of wood or iron. Okay, here they have given of iron, means the rod will be, you can see the labeling of the rod. Okay, it might be of wood or it might be of the iron also. Okay, so then a strong broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its end. You can see a bent plate, it is labeled. Okay, so that is made up of the iron, which is helpful, okay, in turning of the soil, in removing weeds or in loosening of the soil. In common language we used to call it as powder. Same, it is similar to that only as powder, that and in English it is known as a hoe. Okay, it is somewhat similar to that only, maybe fully, but here they have shown the iron, made up of iron. The full hoe is made up of iron, and it works like a blade and it is pulled by the animals. Okay, so this was one of the tool for the preparation of the soil, that is hoe. The last one is the cultivator. Okay, cultivator driven by a tractor. Okay, nowadays plowing, okay, nowadays that too was the modern ancient methods, but nowadays the modern method is the cultivator driven by a tractor. For plowing nowadays this cultivator is used, because the use of cultivator saves labor and time. Okay, it saves the labor also and time. Only one man can do it. Okay, they have to just run. Just behind that you can see how just behind the bigger wheel how the field is the soil is being plowed. Okay, so it is very easy. The tractor will move forward and the field the soil will be plowed very easily, and it also saves the time and labor. So the next topic after the preparation of the soil is sowing of the seed. Okay, sowing is the next process. So sowing is an important part of crop production. Okay, yes, it is very important. If we will not sow the seed, then nothing will happen. So it is an important part, and it is very nicely done with the proper selection of the seeds and all. Okay, so sowing of the seed, we will see what is the full process in detail in this topic. Okay, so sowing is an important part of crop production. Before sowing, good quality, clean and healthy seeds of a good variety are selected. Obviously farmers will use good quality of the seeds, so they will get a proper yield. The third point, farmers prefer to use seeds which give high yield. Obviously every farmer, they will select the seeds which are very good and which will give them high yield. Okay, means lot of production will be there, nice production will be there. Okay, so now the sowing of seed is done by the various tools that we will see which are the tools they are using and all. Okay, tools for sowing, traditional tool and seed drill. So for sowing the seed, two tools are used, that is traditional tool and a seed drill. So we will learn in detail about both of these tools, that is traditional tool and the seed drill. So the traditional tool method of sowing. So in this, the tool used is traditionally for sowing seed, and it is shaped like funnel. You can see here in the figure here, okay, how it is shaped like funnel. The seeds are filled into the funnel. Okay, now the seeds, you can see the green colored man, he is putting seeds inside the funnel. From there the seeds are passed through the pipes inside down to the soil. Okay, it is pierced inside, means under डाला जाता है. Piercing, you know, piercing of the ear, how a like hole is made. Similar way, the end part of the funnel is little pointed, so it will pierce the seed inside the soil. Okay, so this was the traditional tool. Here human labor is needed. Okay, 2 persons are needed with a pair of bulls, and it consumed lot of time. This was used traditionally, means it was used in the ancient times. Okay, so the name is given to it as a traditional method of sowing. So this was all about the first method, traditional method of sowing. Now we will see the next one. I hope you have understood this topic, and if you have any queries, you are free to call me and ask about the queries. Okay, so this was about the traditional method. So the next one is seed drills. The seed drills is used nowadays. Okay, it is used for sowing with the help of the tractors. This sows the seed uniformly at equidistance. Okay, it sows the seed at equidistance. Okay, you can see the distance is there between the rods which are attached. Okay, it ensures that the seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. Okay, so it is driven by the tractor. Okay, so as soon as the tractor moves one end, it puts seeds, and other end it closes that with the soil. This protects the seeds from being eaten by the birds. Okay, and this sowing using this seed drill, it saves lot of human labor. human labor and time. Okay, only one person can sow the seed in the full field with the help of this seed drill. This seed drill is attached in a tractor. You have seen no before that cultivator driven by a tractor. In that tractor only this seed drill is attached. Okay, so only one person can sow the seeds very nicely. I mean, it is, and even it is packed with the soil. Okay, I hope you have understood the seed drill method very nicely. And if you have any queries, you can call. Now we will move ahead with the next topic. So the third topic is adding manure and fertilizers. Okay, so now with this topic we will see what is manure, what is fertilizers, why farmer need to add this manure and fertilizers, what is the difference between this manure and fertilizers. So all the topics, all the confusions will be cleared here. Okay, so first of all we will see what is this manure and fertilizers and why it is added to the crops. Okay, so substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients and for the healthy growth of the plants are called what? Manure and fertilizers. They are substances. We'll see what are that. They are the substances which are added to the soil in the form of what? In the form of the nutrients and for the healthy growth. For the healthy growth that the plants which is grown, that will be healthy, they will yield more fruits or seeds or whatever is there, and they are called as what? Manures and fertilizers. But the question arises, why farmer needs to add this manure and fertilizers? Okay, so as you all know that soil supplies, in soil minerals and nutrients are already present, okay, to the crop plants. These nutrients are essential for the growth of the plants, but in certain areas farmers grow crops after crops in the same field. It keeps on growing season wise, it keep on changing. So what happens? The field is never left uncultivated or fallow land is not kept only, ऐसे ही रखा ही नहीं जाता वो फील्ड को. सो इमेजिन व्हाट हैपन्स टू द न्यूट्रिएंट्स ऑफ दैट सॉइल, वॉट एवर डेड ऑर्गेनिज्म, वॉट एवर ह्यूमस, वॉट एवर विल बी देयर, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग टू दैट, व्हाट विल हैपन. एक के बाद एक क्रॉप्स उगाते जाओगे तो वो सॉइल को क्या होगा? व्हाट विल हैपन टू दैट सॉइल? सो कंटिन्यूस कल्टिवेशन ऑफ द क्रॉप्स मेक द सॉइल पुअर इन न्यूट्रिएंट्स. वॉट एवर न्यूट्रिएंट्स विल बी देयर, इट विल बी used by the crops which were grown further. Okay, so what will happen? जो पहले उगाया उन्होंने सब nutrients ले लिया. Now what about the other? So what? So for that farmers need to add manure when they are preparing the soil. The first step, preparation of the soil, the first step at that time, what they are doing? They are adding the manure. The process of so therefore farmers have to add manures to the fields to replenish the soil with the nutrients. Okay, replenish the soil means what? Replenishing means regiven. Okay, nutrients was already there, again farmer is adding manure, because whatever was that was used, जो पहले उगाया था उन्होंने use कर लिया, so the farmer has to add manure now. Okay, so that process is known as manuring. So if improper or insufficient manuring results in weak plants, okay, so we have farmer has to be very particular how much amount of manure, which kind of manure it should be added. Now we will see what is this manure. So, manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of the plants or animal waste. First of all, what is this organic substances? Substances which are obtained naturally, like it will be food waste, cow dung, animal waste, okay, or plant waste. So, manure is an organic substance which is obtained from the decomposition of this organic substance. It is decomposed, it is decay inside the soil. Okay, and it may be animal waste or it may be plant waste. Okay, so in this way manure is prepared. Now we will see the full process, like how this manure is prepared. Okay, so what happens? Farmers, what they do? Farmers dump plant or animal waste in pits at open place. Okay, what they will do, they will make some square, they will they will plow that properly. Okay, they will make that open space, खड्डा जैसे, okay, खड्डा बनाते हैं ना वैसे. In that what they will add plant waste, animal waste, cow dung, or any other animal waste, then waste of the food items, waste of the plants. Okay, and that they will keep for some days to decompose. Okay, to decay it, उनको बिगड़ने के लिए, सड़ाने के लिए रखेंगे. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, फ्यू माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन द सॉइल, दे विल हेल्प इट टू डिकम्पोज. Okay, so and after few days, it might be 20, 30 or 35, they'll keep according to the quantity what they have taken. Okay, then once it is decomposed, they will used in the field as manure. This type of manure, it is known as organic manure. Okay, so this was all about manure. I hope you have understood this topic of manure. Okay, now we will go with the next topic. So the next topic is the fertilizers. Now we will see what is this fertilizers. So fertilizers are the chemicals which are rich in a particular nutrients. They are produced in factories. Okay, now manure, that was organic manure which was prepared from the waste of the animals or plants. But the fertilizers, they are prepared in industries with the helps of various types of the chemicals. Okay, we will see few examples of the fertilizers. First of all, first example is urea. Urea is prepared from liquid ammonia and liquid carbon dioxide. Two type of the chemical compounds are mixed to form urea. It is mostly used as a fertilizers. The next one is ammonium sulfate. Okay, ammonium sulfate, it is prepared with the help of ammonia and the sulfate. Then the another one is NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Okay, one more example is superphosphate. Okay, superphosphate is prepared with the help of sulfuric acid. Okay, and it was the first fertilizer which was prepared with the help of the chemicals, and it was used by the farmers. But nowadays mostly urea is used as a chemical fertilizers. But there are many drawbacks using these fertilizers, so we will discuss that first. See, firstly, the use of fertilizers has helped the farmers a lot for the better yield of the crops such as wheat, paddy and maize. Okay, when the fertilizers were added, they got lot of quantity of wheat, paddy and maize. But excessive use we can't do of fertilizers, as it is made up of from chemicals. So what happens? So the excessive use of fertilizers has made the soil less fertile. Okay, fertility is less. Fertilizers have also become a source of water pollution. Okay, now water pollution has also caused because of these fertilizers. Therefore now many different causes are there of water pollution, but one is this fertilizers also. Okay, so therefore in order to maintain the fertility of the soil, farmers have to substitute fertilizers with the organic manure. Anyhow, farmers have to use this organic manure. Okay, or they have to leave that field फैलो अनकल्टिवेटेड, ऐसे ही रखना पड़ेगा वो लैंड को 2 क्रॉप्स के कल्टिवेशन के बाद, सो दैट वॉट एवर ह्यूमस मीन्स वॉट एवर माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म आर इन द सॉइल, they will be able to replenish the soil with their natural nutrients. Okay, so the use of the manure improves the soil texture. Okay, so somewhat manure is good as compared to fertilizers. So we will see the difference between how this manure is good and everything that we will see. Okay, so firstly we will see the difference between the fertilizers and the manure, and then we will see why this manure is good as compared to fertilizer. Okay, I hope till here you have understood. So the next topic is difference between manure and fertilizers. Okay, so fertilizer, first point, fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt. Okay, fertilizer, they are man-made inorganic salt, means Inorganic salt means absence of carbon group. But what about the manure? Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of the cattle dung and plant residue. It might be the waste of the human food items. Okay, so fertilizer, they are the inorganic salts, but manure, it is obtained from the decomposition, means cattle dung and plant residue or human food, that all things are decomposed inside the soil. Okay, so that after that manure is obtained. Fertilizer is prepared in factories. Okay, fertilizers, they are prepared in factories with the help of the chemicals, whereas second point, in manure, they can be prepared in the fields. We have seen how it is prepared in the fields, how farmers, they are dumping everything inside the soil, okay, and keeping for few days. Then third point, in fertilizer do not provide any humus in the soil. Humus, meaning of humus, I have already explained. Humus is already present inside the soil when plants are decay in the soil, or the animals which are present inside the soil, they are dead there only, right? So what they provide? Humus. They provide good amount of minerals and all to the soil, so that is humus. Okay, so fertilizers, they don't provide any humus, but manure, they provide a lot of humus to the soil, because manure, it is prepared with the cow dung and plant residue, in which many type of compounds are there. Okay, the last point, in fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, but manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. Okay, manure can't make plant very much rich. Okay, it can give but not very much, but fertilizers can give in very large amount, like very nicely it can give nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, but it is destroying the soil. It is good when we add, but it is destroying the soil afterwards. Manure doesn't do that. Okay, manure, it will give you less nutrients, but it will not destroy the soil. Okay, so this was about the difference between fertilizers and manures. Now we will see advantages of the manure and why manure is good as compared to fertilizer. So the next topic is advantages of the manure. Okay, so the organic manure is considered better than fertilizers, as I already told you earlier. The reason for this is because it enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. What it is doing, it is enhancing, it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. Water can hold more water. Okay, soil can hold more water, so it enhances, it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. Manure, it enhances the water holding capacity of the soil, but fertilizers can't do that. Then manure, it makes the soil porous, okay, full of pores, due to which exchange of gases becomes very easy. Okay, exchange of gases becomes very easy, and even manure, it increases the number of the friendly microbes. You know, manure means it is prepared naturally with the animal waste and plant waste. So in that, many microbes are there, many insects are there, so it helps the soil, it increases the friendly microbes also. And the last point is, it improves the texture of the soil. Okay, texture means the feel, means how smooth it may be, the touching how when we touch the soil, it feels very nice. The texture has been improved when we add manure, but if we add fertilizers, these things can't happen. So manure is good as compared to fertilizer. I hope you have understood the difference between. So this was all about the three agricultural practices, that was preparation of the soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers. So with this, I am ending my part 1 of this science chapter 1 standard 8. I will be back with another new video, in that we will continue our next topics of this first chapter, crop production and management. Till then, bye bye, take care. See you all soon.